did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap-ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't missing my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues. Guess if you ain't at the table, you on the menu. And I'm that spitter, baby. They don't want you to see, but everybody's south of Capitol Hill's rocking with me. Boys smoke the trays and plan to getting their life together. I'm comfortable with my role, so I'm like, whatever. Me? I ain't got a job, but I work hard. And you don't work hard, but you got a job. The irony is I'm judged while you feel the applause. I'm slept on, that's why I had to set this alarm. My dudes is armed, I'm armed with this arm charm. Body banging like she got that cream from Barry Bonds. Yeah.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
That Dre season is here, a real hitter with a mic, I'm everything that they fear. With that hood ain't the same, I was all on their ass, I'm level-headed. So yo, my dudes love when I spaz, and I'm so over Seattle's passive-aggressive attitude. They don't call you back, what they really saying is F you. While I'm from the same place, I move at a different pace. I prefer if you just said it to my face, damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it
I hate
for
these
us.
average dudes with they average spit, writing average rhymes, knocking average chicks. The closer I get, I can feel the people starting to shift. I'm loyal to a fault, and everybody can't come with. Rap's a rich man's game, I'm only playing with change. They bang models and singers, I'm knocking my own flame, I'm different. The crowd, I move with the chosen few. Black thoughts, I could be the front man for the roots. No diamonds and gold, I'm on my sticks and stones. If we can see your panty line, you should have on a thong. My team is strong, through this fire we forged a bond. And they already know what it is when I get on. To the hearse, party like it's December 31st. When I'm on my deathbed, I probably cracking my nurse. You ain't got the bars to compete, I'm a verbal athlete. Deflating these boys so they say that I cheat. Damn, I did it.
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Yeah. I should probably start by apologizing for the long wait, man. You know, I know I be tripping. But I'm not just a rapper, I'm an artist. And, you know, my creative process is a little bit different than most. Nonetheless, I want to welcome everybody out to the Dre's Experience. I got TCF in the building. My whole camp's here with me. I got the band in here laying this cool-ass vibe. And I'm Seattle's own. Let's get into it.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to the Morning Update Show. I am your co-host Trey Holiday. Want to send you guys a warm welcome on this amazing, terrific Tuesday. We have such a great show for y'all lined up and lots of guests in the building. So I know we got to get right to it with my guy, Big O. What up, Big O?
What's happening?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Man, I'm good. Amazing Tuesday up in it. I just seen this guy came up here with some J's.
Look, you see? Somebody came ready. Somebody came ready today.
Man, Dr. Conrad Webster is in the building from Seattle Public Schools, and what's it? Black Boys Hill? Yeah, in the building. And look at this amazing shirt you're wearing right over here.
On, doctor.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Yeah. And we got Destiny and Rosalyn in the building from the ballet.
From the ballet.
Yeah, from Pacific Northwest Ballet School. I mean, I know people are used to be just jumping right into stuff. He threw me off over it because, you know, like all of a sudden, and like the thing is the communication, you know, when things get scheduled over here. That's why we need one of them KEXP program schedulers. When things get scheduled over here, you know, it didn't click in my mind that like this is the Dr. Conrad Webster. And so it was, you know, because the communication came over Department of Health because we're talking about vaccination and here for us and everything. And then when bruv showed up, I was like, hey, yo. welcome, Leah. Welcome, Destiny. Welcome, Rosalyn. Welcome to the Black Media Matters Studios. We got a great show lined up here today.
Amazing show. I'm so looking forward to this. We got some great conversations we're going to be diving into today. Oh,
yeah, and I see, as usual, you outdo me on set.
Well, you know what? I think Dr. Conrad got the memo. I think I see our colors over here. You know, too bad we can't be on camera together. I see these colors,
man.
We
might have to adjust the wide when he comes so he can put them kicks up in the camera.
Show the whole fit, man. I'm all about it, man. I love it.
Good stuff. All right. Well, man, you know, we're keeping this positive vibe going. And yesterday, wasn't that amazing with Amalia Martino and the Vita Agency? It was so much positivity in the room. You know, the uplift continues.
Yeah, no, seriously. Already starting our week off with a real bang with Amalia. It was amazing conversation, but also the room was buzzing. We had so many people up in here. We had Besa, T-Dub, Proof. We had Larry Williams from the Anchor Group. I mean, I'm telling you, we really had it popping over here. Our guy G Prez was in the building, always keeping our logistics on point. It was just a great day to start off our week, man.
We had Liv Lyons in the building.
Yeah, amazing
stuff. All right, well, we might as well get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Update Show. What I remind you that right now is a perfect time for you to tag and share the stream. Go ahead and tag and share the stream with people you feel would appreciate culturally relevant news and information emanating from right here in the Emerald City. Want to give a big shout out to our partners over at the South Seattle Emerald and also KBCS 91.3 over there at Bellevue College. Remind everybody you can listen to the Morning Update Show and our other 13 programs, believe it or not, 13 here at Converge. Anywhere you listen to your favorite podcast. We got SoundCloud, Google, Spotify, iTunes. All you have to do is search Converge Media Network. We're going to talk about this more with the good doctor in the building, but this is the time of the show where we talk about hereforus.org. Salman's putting a link in the comments over there. You know, it's a lot of people in our community who are vaccine hesitant, and, you know, for good reason. They're vaccine hesitant. Hereforus.org website right there with testimonials from the good doc, by the way. Oh, you know, we ripped that, right? I hit up DOH early this morning. We got your video. We finna be playing it over here. We might take it frame by frame. But it's a great resource for people, especially people who are hesitant, but also if you want to get vaccinated, if you need a booster shot, if you're looking for testing information, everything else. Some of these things are really, although things are shifting here in King County, try getting on a plane and leaving the country, or even going sometimes to a different state like Hawaii and things like that. You need testing information. And it's also important to realize Seattle Public Schools, I don't know if the doc's authorized to talk about this today or not, but Seattle Public Schools, you know, with this mask, it's coming on and going off and now coming back on and everything else. So COVID is still impacting our community. And this is why it's a great resource.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, hereforuswall.org. If you guys haven't checked out this website, I'm going to tell you right now, the response that we've been getting from people who have been able to check it out is great. At the end of the day, I've been hearing from people who said, you know what, there was other sources I wasn't really sure about, really, but this one, I'm really appreciating the information, but it is because of the intentionality. And so I'm so glad that you'll be able to dive into that with Dr. Conrad today, because honestly, you know, it's culturally responsive communication. And even Larry yesterday was saying how important it was to pull together a real specific team to do this work. And that's really what it takes, because we come from our lived experience and people really poured that out in this campaign. So check it out, y'all, hereforuswall.org.
All right, something else to check out, especially for people in the creative space. We like to think we're in that space most of the time. For culture, they're going into the bag, y'all. For Culture Project grants apply now until April 20th. Salman is putting a link in the comments there. Yo, For Culture's been good. You know, they've been good in the hood, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, this is almost a year now of continuous communication. There was organizations and then there was individual artists, and now it's projects.
Yeah, and these sometimes are the projects that slip through the cracks, and I keep saying that because it's around arts preservation and heritage, and there are a lot of projects around our city that are really focusing on these three areas. So if you guys know of artists out there that are working in projects like this, or if you yourself are one of those artists, man, check out the criteria. I'm telling you, they've lowered the barriers for people to apply. We also understand this thing about, application fatigue and another grant and another grant. But hey, for those of us who are artists out there, I do consider myself one. It is important that we take these opportunities seriously, man.
You got on that art?
Yeah, our preservation, our heritage, like we're always creating story. I mean, here at Converge, we're doing it all the time. Like, come on.
Hello.
It's
all
true.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And I would say this though. I don't think I get what you're saying. And I just thought about this. And we keep saying that people are lowering the barriers to entry. I think what they're actually doing is making entry accessible like it always should have been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it isn't like someone's doing us a favor. Oh, we're going to make it easier for you. You know what I'm saying? You black folks, or you ever do something. Nah, man. You're just making it how it's always should have been. You feel me?
I really love that outlook.
Yeah.
Agreed 100%.
100%. Yeah, and I'm sure our people over at For Culture would agree. So keeping it on going into the bag, Seattle Colleges Foundation, man, $1 million. They got $1 million in scholarships. If you plan on attending any of the Seattle colleges, North, Central, or South in the fall, man, apply. We got the link over there in the comments. The average scholarship is about $4,000. And you can actually spend it on real life stuff. Don't be like Dr. Conrad and buy J's, though, with the scholarship money. You're supposed to pay your rent and buy top ramen. So if you out there at Seattle colleges and we go out there and we see you with some J's on the scholarship money, we're going to have to talk. But it's a great opportunity. It's the scholarship closes on April 15th, but they really want to get people to have their stuff in by April 1st.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity. And again, I'm loving the specificity of these funds, right? Because I came back from Howard. I ended up going to Seattle Central with my brother Proof. And these kinds of opportunities did not exist. I'll be honest. Like there wasn't any funding that I could go after just because I was going to Seattle Central. And I'm going to tell you right now, all of us, when we are in college, we can utilize these kinds of funds that allow for us to pay for living expenses. It's true. It's necessary.
Yeah, I wasn't as responsible as I should have been when I was getting scholarships and Pell Grants. You might wonder why my hand is halfway off the screen. Today in the house, we got Proof in the play. Can we get the Proof cam up, please?
It's so ready.
Oh, you don't see it. This is horrible. Now I gotta go all back out here. This is all bad. Anyways, the best intentions were there. This is live TV. You know what I'm saying? What can I do? I was supposed to go to break. We'll get you on the cam here in a bit. But we got Proof in the play in the building, taking photos today. He took all those Black love photos.
I mean, I'm telling you, what a great week last week when my brother Proof, you really got the right guy who shot you on board, because I'm going to tell you, like, he didn't know about the engagement. You know what I'm saying? And brother was talking about his shaking hand when Tarek started to do that proposal to Amanda, man. He was like, hey, yo, you could have let me know, sis. You could have told me something. I needed to be more prepared. I'm telling you, amazing time last week, and great photos all around. Again, it was such an amazing time. I'm hearing a lot of couples are like, what's up when we get in our shot? Trust me, we're working on the logistics right now on the back end. And I don't know that I can have another photographer on set. I'm gonna need you again, Proof, when we start bringing that together. It was great. Good times.
Yeah, I'm a fidgeter with technology. I'm gonna figure this thing out. But so we gonna come. I need my shot. Yeah. This shot was in there on the list. Yeah. I'm gonna get my shot.
You're gonna get it.
But look, here in our headline section, before we move on, we said it was gonna happen. So support of this is any nominee for the Supreme Court, if it's a Republican or a Democrat. People always do their thing. But this is a special one. Ketanji Brown Jackson. So yesterday was the first day out there in the Senate, and yesterday was kind of But you know, the people who we said was going to act the fool is acting the fool. Josh Hawley, you know what I'm saying? A few other people. We got a clip right here from CBS Mornings of our next Supreme Court justice.
Day 2 of confirmation hearings for Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson began just a short time ago. Senators on the Judiciary Committee are questioning the federal appeals court judge about her record and approach to judging. Jackson has vowed to defend the Constitution and remain independent on the high court. Nicole Killian is covering the hearing for us. Nicole, good morning to you. How tough do you think it could get for the judge today?
As you can see over my shoulder, questioning just got underway this morning. Republicans are drilling down on Judge Jackson's views on everything from court packing to crime, while Democrats are trying to keep the focus on her record.
Would you like to comment at the outset of those who are looking for a label, what your position is on judicial philosophy?
I am acutely aware that as a judge in our system, I have limited power, and I am trying in every case to stay in my lane.
Democrats kicked off the second day of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's confirmation hearings as Republicans pressed for a thorough review.
Do you believe the individual right to keep and bear arms is a fundamental right?
It came after a day of introductions.
Thank you for this historic chance to join the highest court.
The nation's first black female Supreme Court nominee opened her confirmation hearing acknowledging her family.
My parents taught me that unlike the many barriers that they had had to face growing up, my path was clearer.
And affirming her commitment to the law.
I have been a judge for nearly a decade now, and I take that responsibility and my duty to be independent very seriously. I decide cases from a neutral posture.
Missouri's Josh Hawley ticked through several of Jackson's sentencing decisions, claiming she was too lenient on sex offenders, a claim that has been refuted by the White House and Democratic lawmakers.
I'm not interested in trapping Judge Jackson. I'm not interested in trying to play gotcha. I'm interested in her answers.
Answers that she is starting to give today, speaking about how seriously she takes those offenses and what she tells offenders.
That you are contributing to child sex abuse, and then I impose a significant sentence and all of the additional restraints that are available in the law.
Senators are getting 30 minutes apiece to question Judge Jackson, which means she could be in the hot seat for up to 11 hours before she has to do this all over again tomorrow.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, these confirmation hearings are really a full day's work. But there she was, standing her ground and really being stable in her answers. And that's what you know, for all of us that are here and call ourselves Americans, that understand that we have the opportunity to, you know, showcase what justice looks like. I mean, that's what we want. We want somebody who is competent, who is, you know, even tempered in that regard, even as certain things are coming at her. I love that she really just stood firm, and it looked like she answered almost everything with a real peaceful nature. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Get through it.
Man, she double throw some blackness up there at Capitol Hill. You know, it makes people uneasy. You know what I'm saying?
Always.
That uneasiness comes out. You can tell lawmakers, especially like the Republican lawmakers, who no matter where they stand is, they've been around black people their whole career. Like Lindsey Graham, you could tell, agree, disagree. You can tell he been around black folk, and you know, it's certain things. He knows how to speak accordingly, even if he disagrees on something, right? Because I mean, as a small kid in South Carolina, Lindsey Graham been around black folk his whole life, and you can tell the people in Congress who ain't been within miles of black folk for a long time.
Yeah.
and the way that they communicate, you know, because it's one thing to disagree, and you're supposed to disagree with people. It's the U.S. Congress. Yeah. It's everything else. But these guys, I mean, and then like his approach. Here's Hawley. I can't even go deep into his whole. We ain't got enough time. But here's Hawley talking about, man, well, I didn't like the sentence that you gave to somebody on a sex trafficking case or whatever. My friend, But either way, like I said a long time ago, when this nomination was made, mainstream Republicans is just going to rubber stamp this because it doesn't represent a change in power in the Supreme Court, right? It's still 6-3. So for them, most mainstream Republicans, especially white Republicans, there's only a few black ones that are there. Tim Scott being one of them, South Carolina. They're able to be like, hey, man, we support black folks. Look, she got my vote. What are you talking about, right? Because, see, nothing changes. So like, it's a great opportunity if you're a Republican to hop on the train and be like, man, I love black folks. What are you talking about? Look, I voted for it. But it's only the hardcore ones that really use polarization and everything else to raise money and to activate their base that you see, you know what I'm saying, acting a fool.
Yeah.
That being said, I told you I'm the gadget guy over here. Can we put the proof? There he is. The player in the building. All right. We're gonna take a quick break right now. And when we come back, Dr. Conrad Webster. We're supposed to put the J's in the picture though. You see what I'm saying? You're watching the Morning Update Show.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trey Holiday. I'm right here at the Paramount Theater. You know what else is coming here? Alvin Ailey. You guys can go ahead and go to stgpresents.org to get your tickets or ticketmaster.com. They're going to be here on the 26th and 27th of this month. And let me tell you, they're going to be rocking the house out. It's an amazing family-friendly show. So bring your loved ones, bring your family, bring your neighbors. Tell everybody. Alvin Ailey's only here for 2 days. Let's show up and show out Seattle so that they know that we love them here. Get your tickets today.
When the pandemic hit, it did affect me. As a barber, I had my own personal reasons why I didn't get vaccinated. At the time, I didn't check the actual source. I thought the vaccine was developed too fast, but I was talking to a doctor and he was telling me more about the vaccine and what it can do to protect us and our family. I wanted to get back to that once was, right? I do feel safe knowing that I am vaccinated. I just hope what I'm saying is reaching into people's heads to know that this is the best decision for all of us.
All right, welcome back to the Morning Update Show, and I'm joined now by Dr. Conrad Webster. How are you?
What's up? What's up? I'm real good.
Yeah, welcome to the Black Media Matters studio and here to the Morning Update Show.
Appreciate it. Appreciate y'all for having me.
Yeah, look, man, the doc is in the building. You see, they might play with this wide later on. Man, go ahead, go kick your leg up so everybody can see.
Show them the kick.
There it is. See, there was. we had to fit that in. I bring that up though as well because we're gonna talk about some stuff with the vaccine and COVID and everything else. But your number one thing is that you interact with young people.
Yes, sir.
You're in Seattle public schools. You have Black Boys Heal. And sometimes you also got to look the part to be able to talk to the young people you work with, right?
Right. You want to be your authentic self every time you show up because this is what we teach our kids. We don't want them to assimilate to any program or any system. So I try to come in how I come, All
right, good stuff. So for people just learning about you, and this is our first time meeting, but I've known about you for a while, man.
Uh-huh.
Why don't you go ahead and tell us who you are, what you do?
Whew, that's like so loaded. So
this is a live TV. Don't be going back to see my parents met way back when, and then Big Mama and.
No, my name is Dr. Conrad Webster. I'm from the south side of Houston, Texas. I got my doctorate degree at the University of Washington. Currently, right now, I teach at Pierce College and the University of Washington. I teach racism and education at the University of Washington, sociology at Pierce College, and at Seattle Public Schools. I'm the Racial Equity Project Manager. And I run my own company called Black Boy Heal, where I provide free mental health services for African-American boys in the K-12 school system.
All right, so now that was a lot right there,
told
and
you.
big shout out. You know, I'm in Houston a lot. I got family down there. You find me at Alameda though, over
Alameda?
there. Yeah, over there at the Turkey Leg Hut on Alameda. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
We could bust a cut, go over there to Blodgett, NS Smith. You know what I'm saying? TSU or UH.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
I ain't on
sir.
that
Yes,
side.
sir.
All right, so racial equity project manager. I'll be honest with you. In the city of Seattle, is full of big titles and acronyms, and a lot of times we be like, But this one sounds important. So tell us, what exactly does that mean?
Okay, so racial equity project manager, what I do is when contracts come in, whether it be about anti-bias and hate and creating procedures and practices in the schools for our teachers to actually answer to racial incidents, I sign those contracts and get that professional development out there. So anything dealing with racial equity.
Man, I mean, that sounds like a good job, but that sounds like a tough job.
Super.
Because you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm coming to find you. when I find out the Seattle Public Schools done some bad deal with somebody and our kids get the short end of the stick, and you know the equity around it don't measure up. Right.
Well, yeah, it's super political. A lot of folks want things their way, but we're just trying to do the best as we can to go out into the community and also ask the students about their experiences with these racial incidents.
So 55,000 students in Seattle Public Schools at any given time. There might be up to 5,000 students who are attending school without stable housing in transition. Some are homeless or unhoused. Lots of different groups, ethnic groups. Seattle is very diverse. And we also find that for a long time, people that look like me and you and have a similar journey are the furthest from what Director Hersey would say, furthest from educational justice. But you have a very diverse school district here, from very wealthy to literally homeless. How are you able to determine what's equitable for 55,000 students?
Oh, that is such a good question. So currently right now we use our racial equity tool, analysis tool. So what this analysis tool is help us question how we're doing certain practices and where we're giving fundings to. And there's a racial disparity in that, then we start to come back to the table and bring in stakeholders and how we fix this issue.
And how long you been with Seattle Public Schools?
Going on 3 years.
3 years. Huh?
Yes, sir.
No, and you know, Dr. Brett Jones,
Dr.
right?
Brett Jones, yes.
Is official like a referee whistle, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Super cool guy who, you know, has open door policy anytime you want to talk to him. So I'm super appreciative that we actually see a black man in office. It's not too many of us in that position.
All right, tell that black man we got open door policy here too. We'd love to see the superintendent down here in the Black Media Matters studio.
Yeah, I got you. I'm outletting for you.
Yeah, and now tell us about Black Boy Hills.
Black Boy Hills. So I started this company in 2020. I had a lot of issues going on with myself personally, where I tried to commit suicide 4 times, and this is what the X's represent. I had lost a baby. I had lost a job. COVID was going on. I lost my aunt all at the same time while trying to graduate school. So I was like, I know there's more African-American males is happening like this in their lives. So I just wanted to make a change. And I think it starts with healing, because once we start to focus on Black boy wellness, and a lot of things will go better.
Wow. So a few things here. This is real. This is now. This is I don't have for a guy that has lots of words, I'm almost at a loss of words, because this has to still be impacting you now, right?
Oh yeah. I get reinforced trauma a lot, especially when I'm seeing young African-American boys go through what they go through in school, with school suspension or gentrification and being displaced, or just issues with identity. All of those things pop back in my head, and it just resurfaces those feelings that I have. So I actually go to counseling still to this day to show people, you know, it's a continuous thing with wellness, and that's what we're trying to uplift.
You know, it's real interesting, and if it's okay with you, we're gonna follow up with you, because we'll be an interesting conversation. Hey, Trey, the Derek Wheeler Smith was here the other day. Derek Wheeler Smith, the former head of Zero Youth Detention over at Public Health, Seattle, King County. He's now the interim director of civil rights in the city of Seattle.
Okay.
He was here a week or 2 weeks ago, his main thing was talking about healing and wellness in our community. And he talked about that a lot of the funds that come into our community don't necessarily address that.
Right.
They address other things. He said that we really need to look at the healing and the wellness and the well-being of our community.
I think focusing on that wellness also eliminates the school to prison pipeline, because now we're starting to see what's actually happening with our students and why they need social emotional support.
You down to come back?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Anytime.
No, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't prepared. Not that I wasn't prepared, like you weren't coming and what you do and everything else. I wasn't prepared for where you would go in this conversation. And I really think that our community could benefit from hearing from you more.
Appreciate that.
No.
We have it's a thing called psychology is a fracture of minds. So because we had so much going on with our parents, and our parents now kind of don't understand like how to provide that social and emotional support in this era. So we're out here running around trying to do it for ourselves. And sometimes we're hurting ourselves and our wellness. And then other times we're building it up. But we need more people to understand what has been happening to us for ages in order for us to get to this stage.
Man, real deal. So now we got you on over here. You big TV star now too. You know what I'm saying? Is part of our Here For Us WA.org campaign, and really trying to raise awareness around vaccination in our community. So I'm not even gonna ask you to set this up. We just gonna play it and we're gonna talk about it here on the other side.
When COVID first hit, I was very afraid. There was so much things that I had to keep inside because I didn't know where to place my feelings. Most of my information for COVID is from my own research. I'm a doctor in educational leadership, and when the FDA approved Pfizer, it helped me realize that the vaccination is healthy. We don't want to be left behind because we're not taking the vaccine. We want to get as much information as possible so that we are putting ourselves in better hands and not at great risk.
All right, Doc, tell us all about it.
Oh, man. First off, I didn't even know it was going to blow up like this. I was like, okay, I'm going to do the interview and get people focused on their wellness and talking about the vaccine. And it just took off. But I got the opportunity to work with Here For Us because my story was unique. Like any other communities that we have, the vaccination came so rapidly. And we didn't know what was going on, who to talk to. And we also had cases like the Tuskegee case where, you know, what they was doing to us back then. So it's like, where do we get the information so we can make truly informed decisions? And then also, what is the cultural responsive practices to giving that information out to our communities to where we're actually making great informed decisions?
Yeah. And let me ask you this then. So you believe in the science. You believe that, you know, because it's a lot of stuff. So the thing is hesitancies on a few different levels in our community. Majority of our community isn't the anti-vaxxer,
right?
You know, who we see here, the anti-vaxxer and everything else. We got a lot of mistrust, man. But you know, you can't blame black folks for distrusting the government, and it's moving fast. And here comes the government being like, "Ooh, we got some money for you. What's up? You need to sit what? We got lottery. We got this." But Mike Davis from the South Seattle Emerald said, "Man, I knew the vaccine was okay when rich white people was trying to jump the line out here. You know, when they have like the pop-ups, right? Because they had a pop-up, and the city of Seattle had to stop saying when they was doing pop-ups for poor people because all the rich people were showing up and getting in line." Mike Davis was like, "Man, I knew vaccine was okay when I saw rich white people who wanted to get the vaccine."
Most definitely. I think also why we have a hesitancy is because of the access, like who we're getting the vaccine first, what communities, and then also who are we providing as a liaison to talk to those other communities who need it currently. So that was where a lot of hesitancy was for myself. And I know for other communities that I currently work with, but I'm not placing myself in that community to be their liaison because I don't know that demographics like that. So,
yeah, I know for me personally, there's a lot of I wouldn't say necessarily distrust, but hesitancy. But I know that being in media and a lot of the people that I mean, my access, and I travel a lot too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been in 60 countries, actually 61 with Belize. We were just there a few months ago. And so, like, man, I've been all over the world. And so for me to travel and for me to have people feel comfortable to come to a studio, I need to get vaccinated, no matter what my personal feelings were about the vaccination. I got people in my family who are like, nah, I'm not gonna get vaccinated.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? And it's all usually the elders. So something else I've found, I know we gotta wrap up here, but something else that I've found, and you tell me who you're finding in demographic. I'm finding elders and I'm finding young people who are both like, nah, I'm good.
Right.
It's usually this middle range who's like, yeah, I went and got vaccinated.
Yeah, it's so crazy how it's happening now because in the beginning, my mother was like, nah, I'm not getting the vaccination. But then at the same time, she wanted me to be vaccinated to come in her house. I'm like, how does that even work? Like, that doesn't make no type of sense. So she'd be like, but you got to be vaccinated. You got to be vaccinated. And then I have cousins who stay out here in Seattle was like, nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But they going to try to get some type of card in order for them to go out of the country and stuff. So I'm like, man, just take the vaccine. Like, please, and do your research on it. I like to look at the methodologies of like what the study was actually doing and who was a participant. So if folks who are not researchers, the methodology is like, how did they do the research?
Right, man. I would say this is that my daughter, who's a producer here at Converge, she said that, like, I think one of the things that Black folk might not understand, or the way that we look at it, is we don't realize that, one, we're disproportionately dying, and two, that the whole concept of don't get the vaccine X, Y, and Z, very well, a lot of it is, we know, is misinformation and intentional misinformation, and very well could be intentional misinformation to find another way to raise our mortality rate. You know what I'm saying? And so people buying into the misinformation very well could be part of the plan.
Right.
Yeah.
I would just say, for personally, I can't speak for all communities, but personally, I would say just really dive into the research. Don't go for the first thing that you read, because that's what we often do. We be like, headline, oh man, don't take this vaccination because somebody's dying from that. But like, that's their personal health, like, and what they've probably been diagnosed with before, we don't know. So
yeah,
please educate yourself.
And America's not a homogeneous society. So you're going to get all kinds of different results on something, rather than if you do something in Iceland.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you do something in Greenland or Norway or Tanzania, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's there. All right. So I want you to look right here in this camera, man. Tell people how they can catch up with you, catch up with Black Boy Hill, any information you want people to know.
Okay. If you want to reach me, you can get me at Black Boy Hill at theblackboyhill.com. Or you can contact me at 713-545-0544.
Now you heard, as it would say down there, you heard. You know what I'm saying? What ward you from? You said South.
I'm from South Park. So I'm right next to Third Ward.
Look at so right now. So you know what I'm talking about when I'm sitting over, because everything I'm
talking
about was Third Ward. All right.
Already.
So we're gonna have to chop it up. We're gonna make a trip down there to that turkey leg hut. Dr. Conrad Webster, thank you for joining us.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're gonna take a quick you gotta stay in the seat though. We're gonna take a quick break right now. When we come back, Trey Holiday comes to the set. There she is, Destiny Wimpye from the Pacific Northwest Ballet. You're watching the Morning Update Show.
Hey there, it's Trey Holiday. And of course, Besa and I had to take a trip back to Market Street Shoes to grab some items. They always know what to show us. And let me tell you, we both spent quality time to be sure we collected some amazing additions to our wardrobes. They have some of the most unique bags, shoes, and accessories. I mean, the whole shebang. It's always a good time when I get to shop with my girl Besa. Make sure you go check out Market Street Shoes, y'all, and you too can walk out with some dope gear. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trey Holiday. I'm right here at the Paramount Theater. You know what else is coming here? Alvin Ailey. You guys can go ahead and go to stgpresents.org to get your tickets or Ticketmaster.com. They're going to be here on the 26th and 27th of this month. And let me tell you, they're going to be rocking the house out. It's an amazing family-friendly show. So bring your loved ones, bring your family, bring your neighbors. Tell everybody. Alvin Ailey's only here for 2 days. Let's show up and show out Seattle so that they know that we love them here. Get your tickets today. Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Update Show. I'm your co-host, Trey Holiday, and so excited to dive into this discussion right now with Destiny Wimpye joining us from the Pacific Northwest Ballet. What's up, Destiny?
Hi.
Hi. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I'm going to tell you right now, I am so elated that we have this platform to showcase our amazing dancers that are doing great things. And it's a great thing because I get to dive into Beauty and the Beast with you. Such a classic story. Tell us about your experience in this production.
Yeah. So I play the role of Belle. There's 2 casts. I'm also a court woman. It's been great. It's been so fun. Just being back on stage after, COVID and everything, just having the audience there with us, because that energy is just so special and so unique. The rehearsal process was fun too, getting to work with fellow dancers and also like sharing this role with Rosalyn, who's extremely talented, and just having this experience has just been amazing for me.
Well, I love to hear that, because I think that so much of what a performer's job is to really expand all of that joy to the audience. And I've really become a fan of the ballet. I mean, I was just at Plot Points over the weekend, and, I got to see Romeo and Juliet as well. And I'm telling you, some of these classic stories being told in this way, it really does shine a light on the dancer's body, how you guys express emotion through the movement. Tell us about the unique production side of this, because we know there's going to be a narrator. Really, this is gearing towards younger audiences. How is that for you versus other productions through the ballet?
Right. Well, I think it just makes it that much more special for me, especially since this is geared towards the youth. I know growing up, I didn't see many Disney princesses of color, and whether that's like a movie or ballet, it's still all art, right? And I feel like even just at these shows that have already happened, little girls showing up in their belle dresses, it's just amazing. I know if I was a little kid, I would love to see someone of color or black or brown dancer on stage, or someone just playing Belle that looks like me. I would love to have that. So honestly, it's just amazing. I like that responsibility I feel like I have, is just so special to me, and just being able to share what I love with them, and just to smile on stage and for them to feel inspired, or to say, I could grow up and look like her. I could do that. She did it, so I could. So it's just special. I don't want to get emotional, but it's a big deal to me.
You know what, though? It is a big deal. And you have every right to get a bit emotional about that, because the joy, it's not just a responsibility you carry. I get to bring my young goddaughter to the ballet, Beauty and the Beast. So she's a young Black girl. And when you talk about that onus and how you're pouring into those young people that are looking up and seeing you as an example. Destiny, you have every right to be able to relish in that because she is a dancer in her own right. She's with Northwest Tap Connection. And so I know that we're just excited to come and see you guys. But this is also a beautiful thing that I'm loving about the diversity of performing. I mean, I just took my sister earlier this year to Beauty and the Beast, the musical, right? Not the ballet, but the musical. And that was the first time they had a black belt, right? And again, the ideas of, you know, not just our brilliance, but our intentional artistry being embraced, not accepted, but fully embraced in these environments. That says a lot. What were some of your influences as you decided to be like, you know what, I think ballet is my thing? What were some of the things that you were, or some of the dancers you were able to kind of look up to kind of carry you forward?
There's so many. When I was younger, I hadn't decided that ballet was really what I wanted to do. I started off as a competition dancer, so I was doing a lot. And then I trained at Dept Dance Academy. And so obviously I had that amazing inspiration. Debbie Allen, she's speak up amazing. So I had her, you know, to look up to, and I was learning many different styles, Graham, modern. There were a lot more people like me. I felt like at that studio, you know, who looked like me. And then switching over to ballet was a whole different experience for me. I guess sometimes when I step into the room, I never noticed that, like, I was like the only dancer of color because I didn't really think that way for a bit. Not saying it's like a bad way to think. It's just something I wasn't really thinking about. But then I went to a summer course and I looked around and I was like, oh, okay. So this is what's going on, you know? And I think if anything, it just pushed me even more and made me want to work harder so we can have more role models and inspirations to look up to that, you know, look like us. So for me, that's like Misty Copeland, Ingrid Silva, who's all the dancers at Dance Theater of Harlem. But when I was younger, for sure, it was Alvin Ailey. That dance company for me was just like weight in the water. Everything about them was just that. Like the way I felt sitting in those seats, like watching them perform, whether that was ballet, modern, hip hop, jazz, whatever the style is, I knew I wanted to do that to inspire someone like how I felt.
Yeah, and to think that they're going to be here, you know, this weekend. You know, it's just for me, I'll tell you, as a young theater kid myself, I didn't have enough examples. And there was Felicia Loud, who I saw in 5th grade, Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry, downtown. And I remember being like, oh my gosh, she was a powerhouse. She was singing, she was acting, she was emoting in such this raw way, because that's such a hard story, right? And she was playing this lead character, and I just saw myself in that. So I understand where you're coming from wholeheartedly, and it's a beautiful thing. I mean, what can the audience expect out of Beauty and the Beast when they come and see this show?
Just an amazing story. Just all of us on stage enjoying ourselves. We're so happy to be back and, you know, to share what we love. Like, we've missed this so much. So I think just a lot of fun, a great story, beautiful dancing, and just, you know, some great dancing.
Yeah. Well, it's such a combination, because the live music really takes you somewhere. The dancing is flowing together with it. And I'm telling you, I mean, I was so just literally this past weekend at Plot Points, and that piece Caught, where they had the strobe lights, and he started doing all these things with his body through the strobe lights. And I mean, I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh my word. I mean, the things that you guys can do with your bodies is, first of all, I know it's a ton of work, but as an audience member, it's just such a amazing spectacle to witness, right? And so tell us about some of your background that brought you to this place of being like, you know what, I've trained, I'm ready to take on the stage at PNB.
Right. Well, I trained at Coburn Dance Academy in LA, and that's where I feel like my ballet training really was like, I was getting there with it. I was trying to do better. And I think a lot of why I am the type of dancer I am now, or why I dance the way I dance, is because of like my previous training, like with modern and Graham and hip hop and all of that. And not saying I bring it into ballet, but I do feel like when I perform, especially with my competition background, like we were judged on performance quality, like I feel like I bring all of that to the ballet stage as well. So I think that's what just makes it that much more special, like the history behind what I'm doing. And also, like, especially with Beauty and the Beast, like being a black belle, like I think that's iconic and I think that's amazing. So like knowing that there's little girls in the audience to be like, oh, like she looks like me, all her shoes are brown, you know, or she's wearing brown tights. Like I feel like that is like so amazing. So I don't know, just having all of that like into one, I think is just that much more fun for the audience. And
I gotta say, you know, I saw you get emotional there. Tell us just quickly before I let you go about how your family is, you know, just excited that you're playing this iconic role of Belle. And I'm sure you're just doing the role justice. Tell us about how that is for you personally, how your family is receiving that beautiful news.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna try to get through this because I'm a crier. My mom is here, and my mom is like my rock, my everything. She is always so proud of me, and I'm so thankful. We like moved to LA together, like from Georgia, and it was just us. So it's always just been us, and you know, I feel like for her, like just seeing me be able to just tackle, you know, doing what I love, because we gave up so much for me in order to do that. I'm sorry.
Like, don't be.
Like we gave up so much in order for me to get here, and she gave up so much. And I just think that's what makes her such an amazing woman, and the woman I want to be when I get older. And I know she's just so proud of me and just so excited to see me on stage. And she, like, even when we did Nutcracker and other performances, she was so happy to be here. And I know she sits in the audience, she tells me she cries every show. She's just, I mean, it's just a lot, I think, for her, just full circle. I'm her only child, so just having that experience, and like us going to LA and Seattle and all over the place, like I feel like it's been really great for her. And I know she's watching this probably, so I know she's just really proud of me.
You know what? You can look right there in that camera and tell your mama how much you love her.
Yes, thank you, Mom, for everything. I know she's probably crying too, because we're both like on the same page. But I just love you so much, and I tell you like every second I can, but I need to say it even more, because like without you, I wouldn't be the person I am. I wouldn't be the dancer I am. I wouldn't be the artist I am. And I wouldn't be able to have this like platform and be in the space where I can share my talent to other dancers who might look up to me. So thank you for that.
Oh my goodness, Destiny. You're going to have me over here. You're going to have me over here. I'm telling you right now. You know what, Destiny Wimpye, we are so, so proud of you here at Converge. Let me tell you, it is a beautiful thing to have you sit here with me and pour your heart out the way that you have today. We know that you're going to kill it on that stage every time you get the chance. And I thank you so much for your dedication and for understanding that you really are setting an example for young Black girls that look like you to see themselves in these roles that have oftentimes and historically excluded us. We have broke those doors down. Shout out to you and your entire legacy that you're building for yourself. I can't wait to continue this relationship and see you grow in other roles over the course of time. And this Saturday, I get to see you at Beauty and the Beast. Before you're off this set right now, just tell them how they can come and see you too.
Yes, you can come. You can go visit pnb.org and buy tickets. I'm performing Belle on Saturday at 11:30 and 3:30, and Rosalyn will be Belle on our last show on Sunday. So you can come and support us, and come see us do our thing.
There it is. There it is. We'll come see you do your thing indeed. Thank you so much, Destiny Wimpye. You are amazing. I can't wait to see you.
Thank you.
Wow. I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to keep this amazing flow going. There she is. Rosalyn Hutsell is coming up right after this short break. We're going to talk about all the things the PNB School has to offer. Stay tuned, you guys. You're watching the Morning Update Show. up, everybody? It's your girl, Trey Holiday. I'm right here at the Paramount Theater. You know what else is coming here? Alvin Ailey. You guys can go ahead and go to stgpresents.org to get your tickets or Ticketmaster.com. They're going to be here on the 26th and 27th of this month. And let me tell you, they're going to be rocking the house out. It's an amazing family-friendly show. So bring your loved ones, bring your family, bring your neighbors. Tell everybody. Alvin Ailey's only here for 2 days. Let's show up and show out, Seattle, so that they know that we love them here. Get your tickets today. Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Update Show. I'm your co-host, Trey Holiday, and I told y'all it was going to be a great show, and our next guest is going to also continue in that greatness. We got Rosalyn Hutsell in the building. What's up?
Nothing much.
Look, just in the Black Media Matters studios, just another day in the life, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad that you're here to tell us a little bit more about the school, because I want people to understand that the opportunities for our community to participate in what Pacific Northwest Ballet has set is there. Tell us a little bit about your experience with PNB School.
Well, I came here around 2 years ago as a part of their professional division program, and I applied and did the summer course, and then I got in, luckily. So I just came up through there, and my first year here was the COVID year, so there was a lot of dancing in our apartments. And then this year was my first official real experience of the PD program, is what we call it. And it's been absolutely great so far.
Wow. I mean, to be honest, I didn't grow up going to ballets. I didn't grow up really understanding the art form much. But, I will say my sister and I are huge fans of So You Think You Can Dance, which I think for many of us really just kind of just took the lid off of, not just ballet, but these major dance forms that really are about storytelling. So how do you guys get to utilize your form of dance to really tell these stories that you guys are, casted for in these roles?
I think that so much of dance, especially growing up in it and training, it's just laying such a foundation to add upon. So you start from the bottom, which is just strictly technique. And then once you get to a certain level, you can start really thinking about the acting and taking on the persona. For me personally, with Beauty and the Beast, I'd never actually seen the Disney Beauty and the Beast before. So me and my friends, we watched the movie just to kind of, I don't know, prepare myself, I guess. And I didn't realize how much I was going to learn from it, but it's just it's in a way, it's really acting. You take on a persona of a whole nother character, and you try and perform that the best you can.
Yeah. It's so much storytelling in it. And, when you talk about, auditioning, tell us a little bit about the behind the scenes of that process, because I know it takes a lot to get to that point.
It's very true. Definitely within the past couple years, both of my sisters dance, so I got to see them go through the whole audition process of making a video audition. So you videotape your classwork and your bar and center, and then you send them off to companies and emails. And it's definitely, I think, one of the most taxing processes in your dance lifetime, in my opinion, because you're sending what you've worked on for your whole entire life off to a bunch of companies just to get back either in the good cases you get an acceptance, but in most cases you definitely get a lot of rejections. And I think it's really hard to take on, but also it's really hard to see your friends and your peers and your family members go through that sort of heartbreak of rejection. So yeah.
I mean, it's like a performer's life is auditioning and really being able to be resilient through rejection, I think. And I experienced that myself. And I'm so grateful that when I was really performing, I got roles that were just made for me. And I know you probably feel that way now with you being able to play Belle. So iconic. I'm glad that you did get to watch the movie, because you're absolutely right in terms of that storytelling piece. What does it mean for you to get cast in such an amazing, like phenomenal role?
Oh my gosh. I think first off, it's such a big responsibility, just because you see how much work goes into like the court women and the villagers, and like how much they are working to make the whole ballet like so amazing. And then you know that like the also kind of all rides on you, because you want to be like the best that you can be, and you want to perform your best, and you want to make sure that all of their work also just, you know, it all gets put together and creates a spectacular show. So I feel like it's definitely a lot of responsibility, and it's a lot of times it's a little nerve-wracking, just because you just want to honor your like peers and your classmates the best that you can.
Well, that says a lot too, because I'm sure you guys have a lot of camaraderie amongst the dancers. I mean, we understand the competition, right? We know it's there, but tell us a little bit about this kind of family that is created at the school.
I know that at least in my class, our COVID year, I think actually really bonded our whole class a lot, because I think in a normal year, you all deal with like your own struggles, and everybody has something individual that they're all going through. And we all definitely did our first year, but we all had like that one common, like, oh, we're in our apartments dancing during our ballet classes, and we all kind of hate it, that sort of thing. And we would all like be there for each other, whether it's in like some like text group chat or something. And then being able to come into the studios this year and see everybody dance in person, and just like, there was just so much joy around it. And I feel like our class is just super bonded. And of course, yeah, there's always competition. But I think that our class actually handles it really beautifully, and in a way of like, we support each other through our successes, and we're there for each other through our heartaches and downfalls.
Yeah, support is so necessary, I think, all around. And, you know, particularly for, you know, young dancers, you guys are coming from all over, right? Yeah. I mean, it's not just like, hey, we're all in Seattle, so we grew up together. You guys are really getting to learn each other. Tell us about the length of time in terms of the school. Like you said, last year's your first year. What does it look like for you? Is there a graduation process? Just tell us about the logistics.
Yeah, so I came and I knew I was only going to be here for 2 years. There are a couple other people in our class who came up through the school. So they started when they were however old, 6 or something, and then they went through the school. But this is going to be my last year in the PhD program. But luckily next year I'll be back, and I was grateful enough to get a job at Pacific Northwest Ballet. So me and Destiny will actually both be hired on next year as apprentices. So yeah, that we're pretty happy about that. But yeah, this is our last year. So we have a Swan Lake left for performances, and then a couple of other things, and then our end of the year performance, where that's pretty much like our graduation.
Well, you know what? Congratulations to you both. Indeed. What a huge feat, honestly, Ross. How did that feel? Because, like, I mean, we're sitting here talking about it, but we know that ultimately the goal is to be able to land in a dance company somewhere, and to be able for the Seattle Ballet to say, you know what, Pacific Northwest Ballet is like, we got some gems here. We're gonna keep them. How was that for you?
Definitely a dream come true, for sure. We were in the same meeting when we got told that we would be hired on as apprentices next year. And then we both came out of it like completely stoked. And it's actually crazy because when you're coming up and like training, you do like summer programs. So it's like 5 weeks away from wherever you are at a different school. And we actually both ended up going to the same one, like 5-6 years ago or something like that, in like 2017. And it's just crazy to think about, like, I don't know, 2 girls from like that same class, like 5 years later, are getting hired and like get to experience that together. And it was amazing to have somebody that like I dance with and that I know so well to share that like victory with.
Yeah, this is a beautiful story all around. I mean, we know that there's a lot of young folks out there that, we want them to understand there's no barriers here. Of course, it's about talent. Of course, it's about, consistency, right? I mean, you have to train. You have to train. It's not like they're just handing out these kinds of positions. You really have to train. But I want you to be able to look right there in that camera and let folks know how they can maybe take their shot to enter the school.
Well, I know that PNB does a lot with outreach and a lot of bringing in different schools, and honestly, any age. I've seen so many dancers. Like personally, I started dancing when I was 5 or 6, but one of my best friends, she started doing ballet when she was 13. So there's really no limit to how old you have to be or how young you have to be or what color you have to be to start ballet or dance, or just it's an art form and it's so welcoming for everybody. And I think that all it is really, at least in my experience, has been hard work and dedication, which just, if you want it bad enough, you can achieve it.
Yeah, there it is. Rosalyn, thank you so much for sharing your PNB school experience with us. You know what? I know, like I was just telling Destiny, I know you're going to blow the roof off of this role with Belle. I'm just so elated for you. And thank you so much for bringing your story here to the Black Media Matters studios. It's so important for us to uplift you both and the work you all are doing. Amazing work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. When I tell you, my heart is just completely filled on this terrific Tuesday. It has been terrific indeed. I get to bring my guy Big O back to the set. We're a little over time, but we're going to close it out right for you right after this short break. Stay tuned. You're watching the Morning Update Show. Hey there, it's Trey Holiday. And of course, Besa and I had to take a trip back to Market Street Shoes to grab some items. They always know what to show us. And let me tell you, we both spent quality time to be sure we collected some amazing additions to our wardrobes. They have some of the most unique bags, shoes, and accessories. I mean, the whole shebang. It's always a good time when I get to shop with my girl Besa. Make sure you go check out Market Street Shoes, y'all, and you too can walk out with some dope gear. What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Trey Holiday. I'm right here at the Paramount Theater. You know what else is coming here? Alvin Ailey. You guys can go ahead and go to stgpresents.org to get your tickets or ticketmaster.com. They're going to be here on the 26th and 27th of this month. And let me tell you, they're going to be rocking the house out. It's an amazing family-friendly show. So bring your loved ones, bring your family, bring your neighbors. Tell everybody. Alvin Ailey's only here for 2 days. Let's show up and show out, Seattle, so that they know that we love them here. Get your tickets today. Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Update Show. It has been terrific indeed. Oh, I'm telling you, what an amazing show today, man.
Yeah, and it's a lot of days in here where, especially the news days, you don't really sit and think about it. But I think about it today, and oftentimes my role is to deflect, meaning that you look out the window to give credit, and you look in the mirror to take responsibility when something's wrong. But today, I would say this is what an amazing space that we have here, right? This is something that's real special, that in real time and in a visual and video capacity at high quality with amazing cameras and sound and transmission, we're able to uplift the doc. We're able to uplift Destiny, and we're able to uplift Rosalyn. Like, it's meaningful because see, there's a lot of other cities and cities that have a bigger black population than Seattle by far. But at 11 a.m., even 7 a.m., 9 a.m., in a visual capacity, you get this not there. This is something that's so special and unique to us right here in Seattle. And man, I'm just real proud of the show today.
No, I agree with you. I'm telling you, just to have the spaces to really spotlight these amazing stories that are so necessary to be shared, not just with our audience, but abroad. The ideas that we right here get to do that, and we know it's not hitting other spaces, that for me says everything, bro.
Yeah, and then also like on the real, Pacific Northwest Ballet is like, it's real unique and it's special how all this will come together, right? Because it ain't like black folk just showed up in the ballet today, a few months ago. They've been there, they've been around, they've been in space, everything else. But it was Leah and the people of Pacific Northwest Ballet being like, hey, let's be extra intentional. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that community that already goes to the ballet, they already know about a Rosalyn. They already know about a Destiny. They already know about a Daniel Cruz. You know what I'm saying? They already know these things because they're in that community. And Pacific Northwest Ballet they'd be okay. They're like, hey, you know, man, our people know. But the fact that it's like, nah, yo, do you guys know? And it's created such a different situation, and it's emotionally connected us now with the ballet. And when Cece and Daniel came here and we got it nut cracking, right? And we continue these conversations there. It's like, it's just something real special because the ballet is okay without Converge. You know, they got their you know, I mean, it's one of those real high-end arts. They got the people who support the art. These guys season tickets, 5 years in advance. It's almost like football, you know what I'm saying? But opera, I mean, but ballet. But these guys, they you know what I'm saying? They're okay without us. But the fact is like, yo, this is an important story for us. And so for us as media, but also for the dancers. Because you know what? I'm sure they talk to all kinds of different media, Ballet Today and this and that and everything else. And here they get to come over here to a Black Media Matters studio and might be able to have a conversation with Trey Holiday that they might not ever have in somebody else's space and everything else. I'm just in the moment. I don't have an opportunity often to actually be in the moment because, you know, I move so fast. But I'm in this moment today, and I want to tell you, Doc, Leah, Destiny, Rosalyn, thank you. Thank you. This is a special moment.
It's so special. I'm telling you right now that the idea is that when I was listening to Destiny talk about how young Black dancers and aspiring dancers get to see her, I feel the same way about people who are like, I just want to be my authentic self on TV. And here in the Black Media Matter Studios, we do that all the time, every single day, you and I. And it's just a beautiful thing to be able to talk to some of some of these guests we've just had on this show alone, bro, blow me away, blow me out the water. I'm telling you. And I know, and they are so appreciative because they're like, man, I get to be my authentic self here. Maybe they do other media, but they know it, man. Right here, be yourself.
It's a different genre, but it's the same venue. Joshua Conyers, from the opera singer. You know what I'm saying? From the opera Blue, he came right here and he was like, yo, let me tell you, I sing opera all over the world, and I sing in Russian, I sing in Italian, I sing in French, but I'm right here in the Black Media Matter studio, my friend. This is amazing. You know? So it's like, this is dope. And I'm just glad that we here for our that we're here for our people that are in all of these art spaces. And when they come, they're either here in Seattle when they're here, or they're traveling through Seattle, that we're here and this is a comfort zone.
Yeah.
And they can come here.
I'm
So
telling you.
I know we way over time, but it was well worth it today. So a few things that I got here. Everybody's seen this ad here. You was over there. Salman shot you over there at the Paramount Theater. Alvin Ailey is this weekend. And we've heard Alvin Ailey has inspired, right? Alvin Ailey National Dance Theater is here this weekend, the 26th and 27th.
I'm so excited. I'll be there on the 27th, and our couples are already hitting me up. They're like, okay, wait, what? How do I get my ticket? They're ready. Let me tell you guys, if you guys have not bought your tickets, I just keep hearing about the beautiful nature of this show. And y'all heard it from Destiny herself. Clearly, Alvin Ailey Dance Theater has been such an amazing, amazing inspiration for so many dancers. I'm telling y'all, get your tickets now.
All right. Yep. So I'm on to put the link in the comments over there. Also, so this is something that we got going here. We did some arm twisting, but we've got the Hamilton tickets, the pre-sale. So basically, there's a private sale going on right now through the 27th to 28th. The tickets go open to the public. A lot of times, people in our community, they want to go and see these shows. Hamilton's a big show. And by the time it goes on sale to the public, like, man, there's no tickets, and then you go into a ticket broker, and then you can't afford it. Right now, Salman's put the link in the comments. You can go over there. You click the put in Converge. That is your code, Converge, from now through the 27th. So you can get the pre-sale on Hamilton tickets. So Hamilton tickets. Hamilton is here. The end of it's August through September, so it's some time, but those tickets will go fast. I popped in there this morning to see the opening day. My friend, there's only like 3-4 blue dots left in the whole theater.
Yeah.
So that's there. And now tomorrow, man, we got a busy day tomorrow. There he is, Mike Elizondo, musical director over there. More music at the More. And then, of course, we got our guy, Mike Davis, representing the South Seattle Emerald, talking about what's going on south of Seattle. And then Brian Callanan from the Seattle channel, Seattle News, Views, and Brews. They'll all be here. You're going to have a busy day tomorrow.
It's going to be a busy day indeed, but I just love that, Mike and Brian have been really consistent on our Wednesdays. And so I'm excited to dive in with them and also this amazing edition with Mike. It'll be great.
Yeah, good stuff. Trey Holiday, we haven't gotten this far over time in a long time, 15 minutes after, but it was well worth it. You know what I'm saying? And my heart feels good.
Yeah.
You feel me? Get ready to get out of here. Any last words?
I always see yourself as a part of the solution. You guys could hear it in all of our guests today, but always inspiring and encouraging you guys to not just hear their stories and take it in and be heartfelt about it, but be inspired to figure out what is your lane that you can change. Do something to see yourself as a part of the solution.
All right, good stuff. Want to give a big shout out to Darnell Hibbler. His birthday was yesterday. Yeah, I know Darnell.
One of our very first supporters, Darnell.
It's been a very big, and also, what's so crazy is Converge in a formal capacity. We turned 5 years old August 18th, but the Morning Update show, this show right here, turned 2 years old a few days ago. Yeah. And look, we've been moving it. It's okay, you can clap over there. All right. We've been moving and grooving so fast we didn't even acknowledge. So it's 2 years. And Trey Holiday, we've literally done hundreds of episodes together.
Hundreds of episodes, my friend. Well, I'll say happy 2-year, anniversary to the Morning Update show. It's been a blast being with you on the daily, my brother.
Yeah, and that being said, I got big news coming later on this week. So
right on. Well, happy belated birthday, Darnell. We love you so much.
Yeah, good stuff. Give a thanks here today before we go. Our live director, Salman Abukwashian, in the house. Back in the house. Man, Curtis Delgado the second.
Cuddy in the building.
It's the Q's. All right, man. As usual, we're going to leave you with some hope by Shannon Shepherd. And on that note, want to remind you, go forward in your purpose. Go forward in your humanity. And until tomorrow at 11 a.m. Peace.
What do I see through a lens of fear? 1,000 little steps to go. What do I fear after all these years? Lord knows I don't even know. I've been running on the edge of a sundial, sleeping in the shadow. I've been begging you to see me, then hiding beyond the unreachable. Looking out left on a right-hand turn, just trying to make a deal. Lazy shoes and love is a love that turn. That's the kind of food that heals. I've been searching for the end of an era, waiting to be ready. The world is bigger than a moment. Be steady, that's how you can feel it's real. But I feel naked in my new clothes, 'cause I got used to hiding the holes. This whole world got new tricks and I'm in the thick of it. This I swear I'm already sick of it. At least I found the antidote. Oh. I know no one is a shadow. I know no one is a shadow. I know no one is a shadow. I know